So here we are, my second YouTube video ever. We did get the seals for this kit from a local seal supplier. You can buy them from John Deere, you can buy them from whatever brand tractor you're working on. But if you're in a major city that has a store that sells seals, go there. They can usually match them and they'll be a lot less expensive. Like I said in the video, be real careful how you take the seals out. They need to go back in the same way. And it's my second video ever, so some of the camera angles are questionable, but good luck. So we're going to repair this front cylinder on this John Deere 970. It leaks. We're just going to replace the seals in it. The very first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to call Brent and have him do it. I've never done it before, so he's showing me how. So you need to take the ring off the top of the cylinder, and the easiest way to do it is to have the cylinder still in the tractor. You will find it does help a little to put a little bit of pressure on the bucket when you're doing this. So just raise the bucket off the ground just a tiny bit. And then you can just get a punch, and there's notches cut in it already, so you can start taking it off right there. Once you have that off, you can take the hydraulic lines off. And if you're Brent and you've done this before, you just loosen them up and start spinning it around. I tried it on the other side. I wasn't good at it. I ended up having to use a wrench the whole time. Then of course you got to take the hydraulic line off the other side. So there's that. If you can't figure out how to take the hydraulic lines off, call Brent. You shouldn't be repairing this cylinder anyway. It's ready to come out. So you take the little set screw out that goes in the top of that right there, and then just pull the pins, throw them on the ground. That's what Brent did, so I did the exact same thing. And now the cylinder is ready to come out. You want to get a bucket, extend that cylinder as far as you can so you can drain most of the oil out of your shop. You definitely don't want all that oil in your shop. Turn the spot where the hydraulic line goes in down, of course, into the bucket. Pump that a few times and most of that oil will come out. Once you've got all that oil out, do a little lap around your shop because you're excited about how clean the floor is. Don't worry about what Brent's doing. Oh, he's not even there. We lost him. There he is. There's a hat. Don't worry about that hat. So then you need to tap everything down in. There's going to be some pressure on the snap ring that holds all that stuff in. So just get that same punch you used to loosen that thing up. And a hammer. Brent loves a hammer, screwdriver, and punch that thing back down. Just kind of tap everything back down in there. You don't have to hit it hard. You just want to get it down in there so that you can get to that snap ring. So once you have everything inside the cylinder pushed down away from the snap ring, clean that out so you can see what you're doing right there. Then get yourself a flathead screwdriver and a little tiny pry bar, a little pick. Look at your shoes. The flathead screwdriver is usually a little too blunt to get under the snap ring, so we're going to switch to this little thin pry bar thing just to get something underneath it, so then you can use the pry bar, or use the screwdriver rather, and get that out of there. You'll see us messing with it this way for a little bit, and that doesn't come out. And we'll just switch to this little thing. I should have took a close-up of it, but as you can see, I can barely work the camera as it is. That's a pretty crappy angle. Oh, look at that. Oh, there you go. Now you can watch it upside down. And there's my feet. So we'll just work that in underneath the snap ring. That'll lift the snap ring just enough that you can pry against it with the screwdriver and it'll pop right out of there. It usually comes out pretty good. And this is the best angle of that. So you can see we're lifting up on the ring inside, and then he's just going to use the body of the cylinder for leverage. I'm trying to record and hold this other part at the same time, and he's just going to snap it right out of there. And once it's out, you can use the body of the cylinder to just pull it off the rod there. There you go. That's what it looks like. Now when you extend this, you're going to get a pretty good gush of oil. Not a lot, but enough. And 3, 2, 1. Oh, I was off. There you go. Don't let it squirt all over you. Just ram that thing in and out. Just use its own force to pull it out of there. You're not going to hurt it. You can pull it out of there pretty hard. Just like that, all over the floor. Now you have the top half out. There's another set of seals down at the bottom. So same thing. You're just going to pull against the cylinder itself. We probably should have clamped it down. It would have made it easier on us, but you know, we just wanted to do it this way, I guess. So there you go. It's out. Once you got it out, you turn it around. On the bottom side, there's a nut. Just use an impact or whatever you have to pull that off of there. You do have to try to hold that rod still while you're doing it so it doesn't spin around. And once you get that off of there, you can then slide the top piece down off and you can start pulling the cylinders out, or the seals out. There are seals inside and out. There's also a little metal ring right there where Brent's poking with his finger. Don't try to get that out with a chisel. Just use a screwdriver. You're going to see him lay it flat here and knock it out. We tried to cut it the first time and scarred up the cylinder wall just a little bit, so or the whatever that thing is, scarred up the top of it just a little, so we had to clean that up. But it should just pop right out of there. And if it doesn't, like I said, you can call Brent. He knows what he's doing. So inside this piece, there were some stacked seals. What he's showing me right now that I'm not showing you on the camera, there's part of it. Those seals have to go in there a certain way, and both of them, the top one, the wide one, goes in a certain direction. That's for this cylinder in particular. Maybe not all of them are like that, but just make sure when you're taking the seals off of whatever cylinder you're working on, you keep track of how they came out. So when you buy your new seal kit, you put them back in exactly the same way. So he's taking that metal ring out I was talking about a minute ago. He's just going to set it on the table there, smack it with the hammer real quick, and it comes right out. Fairly easy to take out. Just do your best not to scar up the walls of that thing, of course, because it does have to seal back around the rod. When we were done, we did polish around the top of the cylinder with stone. Be real gentle with it. We were just trying to clean some of the little tiny burrs off. And I didn't show us putting it back together because, well, it's the opposite. Just play the video in reverse. Good luck.